In this video, I'm going to teach you guys the basic and most advanced strategies in potion PvP that the pro players do not want you to know. Even if you consider yourself a top player, make sure to still watch to the end as you will definitely learn something new. I'm going to split this video into a few different categories: game sense, melee, healing, settings, and general tips. At the end of the video, I'm going to reveal a secret only the tier 1s know, so make sure you stick to the end. And before the video starts, please consider subscribing. Most of my viewers aren't subscribed and I'm so close to reaching 10,000 subscribers. Before we start the main things, something that sets back many players is settings in game GUI. It's essential that you have the best settings and a clear view of your game. These are my settings, which is tested to be excellent for many people. Feel free to copy them and maybe change it a little to your liking. I won't go too much detail into this, however, make sure you have hotkeys for every hotbar in your inventory. Now that you got some good settings and a clear looking game, we can start the technical things. First, we'll go over the names of situations and mechanics. First is S-tapping. S-tapping, as shown on the screen now, is simply strafing in a straight line, but instead of only W-tapping the strafe after you hit them once, you press S and go out the distance, and then go back in for the second hit once they missed, due to you being out of the distance. Secondly is advanced double critting. All you have to do is crit somebody, and when they hit you back, you jump reset the hit and use that airtime to get a second crit, resulting in 2 fast crits, and this is very good for quick dropping people. Up next is jump resetting. Jump resetting is simply predicting or timing when your opponent hits you, and pressing space and holding W right as they do it, taking 0 knockback. Now that you're familiar with some of the mechanics and the names, I'll go over how to use them and when. We have now went over S-tapping, double critting, and jump resetting. Now this is a clip of using all 3 of these mechanics with a tier 2. To see the results and how I did it, watch the following clip. Here it is again, but in slow motion so you can see in detail. Now that you should know the essential mechanics and know when to use them, we can move on to the next category, healing. Healing's the hardest part to knock down in Diamond Pot. Due to the 33% damage increase, you die really fast and many players are not used to it. There are a few different things I will go over: double potting, single potting, and pot reserving. Up first is double potting. As said in the name, essentially all you need to do is pot 2 times. However, it is easier said than done. When potting, there's a few things you should look out for first. 1. How close they are to you. 2. Will you die if you miss the pots? 3. Are they in a good position to aggro you even after you pot? Before you double pot, you should always try and knockback hit them away before you do, so they do not steal the health. However, this is not always possible, as when you do the knockback hit to hit them away, then pot, if they are too close to you, you will just die, so it's not always worth doing. When double potting, you should always turn around then look down, so that you're in a good position to fight back even after you pot, and so they don't get the health. However, if you're in a situation where you don't have enough time to turn around and pot, then you can just look straight down and pot so you do not die. However, it requires fast potting and good refilling to recover from it. Now that you know all the ways to double pot and when to do it in certain situations, I will go over single potting. Using only one pot is a thing mainly used by low ping players, and players with very good and fast potting. The reason some play single pot is so they pot once, and then they try and fight back, make you pot instead, and then pot later to continue an aggro. You can see this in the gameplay on the screen now. Pot reserving is a bit like single potting, but disliked by many players. What you do is only pot 1 time, hit them away, but instead of going to fight back, you just run across the entire map to eat steak and regen the rest of your health. It is also just not potting after trades when they go to pot, so you can run and eat instead. Refilling is very overlooked in pot PvP, so there's not much to say. The best way to refill is just to hold shift and spam left and right click on all the pots to make it go faster. If you can butterfly click or jitter click, then it also is better. You should only refill when you have distance or if you need to. You should always refill if you have 2 or less pots in your inventory. Lastly is just offhanding your pot. It's not really counting as healing or refilling, as all you do is offhand a pot and then look down and press your right click to heal. This is something not many players do, however as tier 1 myself, I like doing this as it's easy, as you don't have to recharge your sword cooldown after you pot. Some last things to generally add to your pot PvP knowledge. I'm going to rapidly spit out some things and show an example on screen, so feel free to replay if needed. 1. Always be prepared to predict when you get hit so you can pre-drop reset it and take 0 knockback. 2. Always abuse eating your steak when you have distance. You can always offhand your steak while they approach you so you don't have a sword cooldown and can instantly hit them back. 3. Due to speed 2 and regen 2 in the kit, simply moving around a lot on your opponent when you have little to no pots is good to stall and heal and move. 4. Potting first is not always bad, as the person who pots first has more time to turn around and crit out your opponent when they go to pot, leading to a great aggro. 5. Lastly, you should always be practicing pot PvP servers with the best players. The new and upcoming server RyzenMC is by far the smoothest server for all game modes, especially pot. Tons of top players play there. To finish off the video, I'm going to show raw footage of me at tier 1 fighting a high tier 2 in a test demonstrating everything in this video.